All right, what's up, guys? My name is Mark Augustine, and I did a video with George yesterday, just to give some context. If you've seen this on YouTube, I've been drop shipping and all this stuff. George runs a number of businesses. Yeah, George runs a number of businesses here in Nicaragua. A lot of them are outsourcing. So today we're going to talk about one of the businesses in credit repair. Now, a lot of people are seeing this. If you search credit repair, we're not going to talk about how to fix your credit. Before we talk about your credit repair business, just introduce yourself. Who are you? How old you are? Where you from? And I know you did this yesterday too.
Well, my name is Jorge Caceres. I'm 34 years old, and I'm from California. Grew up in California. Was born here in Nicaragua. And here in Nicaragua, we run, like Mark said, a few different companies, different industries.
One of the businesses, one of the companies you run is in the industry of credit repair.
Yep.
Now explain what do you do this in Nicaragua? What is in credit repair? What does that look like?
Okay. Well, I'm in the BPO industry, and the BPO industry is it's an industry that gives multiple services to foreign companies.
So wait, stop. What does BPO stand for?
If
someone is looking,
business process, there's different things,
yeah.
But they just BPO. You call it call centers, outsourcing.
Okay.
But when COVID happened, as I mentioned yesterday, there was a lot of companies that were out of business. Mm-hmm. So I started investigating those companies and learning about those companies. One of them is credit repair, and I started calling credit repair companies and offering my service to them from what I had learned from investigating, reading videos. And I got my first contract was a company who hired me with 2 agents, and luckily we learned a lot. I learned a shitload from these guys, and I was able to reach out to a really big company, a huge company, and we closed a really big deal where we're at about 100 agents now. What we do is offer credit repair services to people who have bad credit or trying to fix their credit or don't have any credit at all. We also help them, get a line of credit to start their credit. We take them from A to Z, the whole process. They get results in the first 30 days. If they have, like a FICO score of 400, 500, they'll see an increment, maybe 100 points, 50 points, but they'll see the actual change.
Wow.
So we have, we represent a big company in the U.S., but also I have it internally where I have a guy. Let's say I have another business that we lend money to small businesses in the U.S. So sometimes we get clients that don't meet the FICO score requirement. They're too low. So what I do is I grab their info and I transfer them to my buddy who I trained, where we're doing our own credit repair. And we have all the softwares and all this stuff that this bigger company would have. And we change their credit so that we can refinance them or finance them with a loan or. So we do it internally too. And it's all in the U.S. I even have friends, or my mom, for instance, my partner, U.S. citizen, he fixed his credit with us. He was our guinea pig. He let us, he had some things on his credit he wanted to erase, and we did it, I think, in 15 days.
Wow.
They erased. I mean, we're pretty good. We're back to back, working, so.
Okay.
Credit repair is a hard industry, man. It's not an easy industry to get in. You need to be a bad motherfucker to get in that industry. And you need to learn a lot.
Why? What was hard about it? What?
Well, it's like any other business, but it's not like any other business. Let's say if you were going to open a pizza business, fucking easy. You're going to make bread, the mayonnaise, whatever the fuck you put on, the pepperoni, and put it in the oven. That's it. Okay. The oven makes the pizza. But credit repair, it's a business where you need to know about credit. You need to know the credit bureaus. You need to know what terminology can you use. You can get fucking sued. You need to have the right leads to call, because you can get sued for even calling people that are on the do not call list. You can get sued by other companies. You're getting very crucial, very private information like social securities. You're getting these guys' bank statements, their credit report. I mean, they're really trusting us with a lot of information. And so you need to be able to transmit that you are who you say you are, that you know what you're doing, that you're going to actually give these guys the results, Also represent, if you're representing in a company, like in my case too, I need to make sure my agents are top-notch agents from this country, because they need to have zero language barrier. They need to be able to speak, like I said, the terminology. They need to be able to help this client and represent that company with all their rules of engagement. So it's a lot at play, because if I mess up, I'll lose my contract. So I got to keep my client happy. I mean, it's 100 fucking chairs, so it's not.
Yeah,
It's not a small income. It would really hurt. So I got to make sure.
And for those of you guys who watch on YouTube or on Instagram, when he says 100 chairs, that's 100 employees, right? So that's 100 actual
Agents. Team players.
And
this floor, this floor we're at 100 and growing. We just got I told you the one in the corner, and if you notice, they're painting, so it's growing actually.
And how long did it take to get to 100 shares?
We started at 20. The contract started at 20 agents. This company has in different parts of the world, not only in Nicaragua. So we slowly started eating up those departments. So like, let's say they had one in I think it was not Philippines, Colombia or something. Even in the United States, my agents started kicking their ass. So let's say we had 20, this other country had 20, take those 20 away, give them to George, boom, and then we're at 40, and we're at 60. So we've been slowly growing like that. You can't grow too fast, because the training you give these agents, it's very hard training. It's not like you're gonna put them on the phones. You hire him today and tomorrow he's making calls. No, it's you hire him today and he's gonna train for a couple maybe weeks, or while he's in training. So it's not that easy, man. You need to know what you're doing.
And then you mentioned that, and you guys watching, you mentioned that in credit repair there's a lot of critical private information, like social security number, bank statements. What type of, I assume you need to have a lot of controls to make sure that information isn't.
So yes, we have the whole IT department who's controlling all the information coming in. We have firewalls, we have fraud checks, we have these guys are not allowed to have phones on here, pencils.
Right.
There's cameras with voice activation. The client has full access to our software too, to our whole database. The client asks to have that, so they specifically ask for a certain amount, a certain type of computer, certain type of software, certain type of department. With each IT guy had to have a certain credential that you could only get in the U.S. So we had to certify these IT technicians to be able to manage this campaign. I mean, if you just had a call center, a little call center, you would not be able to handle this client because of the requirements. Just the requirements alone are thousands upon hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, I could have opened this campaign with basic computers that would maybe cost me a couple $100, but this client wanted a computer that cost me $1,800, for instance. So you add $1,800 times 100 computers, that's a lot of fucking money. Just in computers.
Yeah.
And then you gotta buy the chair, you gotta buy the desk, and so it's a lot of stuff. And that's just the money. The actual process of onboarding was so hard. I mean, we took 3 months back-to-back meetings with them where they flew in, they were here, they investigated everything about us, both nationally and internationally. They wanted to know who we were, if we really are who we say we are. They wanted to meet all the board of committee. They wanted to meet my IT department, my maintenance department, my finance department, my legal department, because it's a big client. So thank God, I'm very grateful that we were able to land it. It really changed the game for us.
And then one of the challenges, while we met, like I ran a small call center and you were growing and so on, right? And one of the challenges I remember we had was hiring, training, and retention. So like you hire a certain type of person, you have to train them, and then you decide to fire or not, if you have to keep them on and then replace. How long did it take to get to the point where that process was relatively structured? Because to hire 100 people, train 100 people, and keep 100 people executing is challenging.
Yes, the best way to answer that is we have all the processes in place. There's different departments. Like for instance, you have the HR department who would start hiring from the type of client, the type of agent we're looking for. So we give them this is the type of agent we're looking for. And we have the whole department, recruiting department also. First, the recruitment department goes into play. They'll start recruiting either going to malls or online platforms, and then we have the incoming people who just come in, walk-ins.
Okay.
And then from the recruitment, they transfer it to the HR department where you'll get the interview, you'll get your background checked, all that stuff. And then you go into the beginning part of being hired, which is signing the contract, getting all your bank account opened up, making sure you don't have nothing on your police record. Then you go to training, and it's a process, man. But our turnover rate is very low. It's very low right now. We hardly have that problem of people leaving. It's very small. It comes with the business though, but it's very small. So of the way we've structured our company, it's just bam, bam, bam. Every department knows what to do, when to do it, and it's just a revolving door now. It's just like a snowball effect. It just keeps going and going on itself.
It should be. I should have your human resource manager. Maybe we could do a video with her.
Yeah, of course.
Let's talk about the whole process. So, do you plan to stay? So, guys, if you watch this video, like, subscribe, comment, ask any questions, and George or myself will answer. And we'll create a group on Facebook where you can interact with us and ask questions about the call center business, credit repair, or just doing business outsourcing to Nicaragua, right? So do you plan to grow the credit repair business? Is it that it stay at this level? Is that you look for more clients? Is that the biggest client ask for more agents? What?
I'm very loyal when everything I do, and some of my clients have become family. They've become friends. Right. Like the owners of the big companies, or even just the operations manager or the CFO from that company. We have a tight relationship with them. So if I were to grow in this industry particularly, I would ask them first. Let's say I would get right now an offer, but I would ask them, is it okay with you that I do business with another credit repair company?
Right.
Now, I would have to check my contracts, but I believe that we do have a non-compete.
In that industry.
So in this industry, I don't think I can do that. But then again, I would rather much 100% grow with this company. I already have a relationship with them, and this business getting paid is very scary. So you go and invest all this money, what if next week they don't pay you? So that's a whole conversation in itself. But I have such a good professional relationship with this company that I wouldn't do anything. If they told me, even my one guy that I have doing it internally for our finance department, if they told me get rid of him, I would get rid of him, because I'm not gonna lose all this for. So I would always bring it up to him. Hey, I got this new offer on the table. Can I do it? But I think I do have a non-compete. I'm almost certain. So I wouldn't be able to. But if someone is interested, they can always reach out to us. We can always see, what we could do.
Okay.
But I do have, 30 other industries that I know for sure we don't have a non-compete on.
Okay. Yep. So guys, this content will come out on a daily basis, right? We're going to follow George. We're going to follow some of the guys I used to work with in dropshipping. Hopefully, we can get you guys to hire some people to manage, and we can document the whole process of outsourcing in different industries. Today we're just talking about credit repair and George's experience managing 100 people in that industry, but we'll make follow-up videos on the other 30. You said 30 industries here, right?
The 30 companies, but about 18 industries.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so
let's say I have an auto warranty, but I have like 10 different companies in that industry.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have about 18 industries, but 30-something companies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So guys, like, subscribe, follow on Instagram, comment, and ask George and myself any questions. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.